Good morning, students. Today, once again, we will revise the chapter Poets and Pancakes written by Ashok Mitran. So, first of all, let us see the main characters. The main characters are the narrator and the writer, Kotmangalam Subbu, Stephen Spender, the office boy, and the lawyer. And a brief insight of this chapter is in this chapter, the Tamil writer Ashok Mitran recounts his year in the Gemini Studios founded by S.S. Vasan. His job was to take out newspaper cuttings and store them in files. He was seen doing the same thing all day. Everyone in the studios thought that he did almost nothing all day. But in this article, he gives a very interesting account of the various activities that went on in the studios and of the various people who worked there. The description is all light-hearted and full of humor. There is no trace of any ill will against anyone. Remember this line, the whole chapter is very light-hearted and full of humor. Okay, now highlights of the chapter. The writer starts with a description of the makeup department. Truckloads of makeup material were used in the makeup of various players. Pancake was a brand name of this material. According to the writer, the makeup gang turned decent looking person into hideous monsters. They perhaps did not to take them presentable in the movie. A strict order of seniority was followed in the makeup department. The senior man did makeup for the chief actors and actresses. The junior dealt with the junior players in the same order. The players who played the crowd were the responsibility of the office boy. Now, this office boy was actually no boy. He was around 40 years old. He would mix his paint in giant vessel and slap it on the crowd players. He was a frustrated person. He had joined the studios in the hope of becoming a star actor, a director, a top screenwriter, or a lyric writer. Next, the writer describes Kotmangalam Subbu, whom he calls number 2 at the Gemini studio. He too had joined the studio in a very petty position, but by virtue of his many qualities, he had obtained the position of next to the boss. He was involved in every important work at the studios. Subbu, who the writer describes as a many sided genius, had many qualities. He had the ability to be cheerful at all times. He was very loyal to his master. He seemed to be tailor made for films. He had a solution for even the most difficult situation. He could write great poetry, but he deliberately chose to write for the masses only. He was an amazing actor. He was very liberal in entertaining anyone who came to his house. But even such a liberal person had his enemies. Subbu was very close to the boss, so most of the people were jealous of him. Some called him a sycophant for his sweet manners. The office boy of the makeup department held Subbu responsible for all his woes. Now, Subbu was enrolled in the story department along with him. There was a lawyer and several poets and writers. The lawyer was officially known as the legal advisor, but everybody referred to him as the opposite. He was a spoilsport. The writer himself had a small room at his office. He sat there all day taking cutting from newspapers and storing them in files. Everyone in the studios thought that he had almost nothing to do. Now, next, Frank Buchman's moral rearmament army visited Madras sometime in 1952. There were about 200 in number. They presented two plays which ran several shows in Madras along with other citizens of the city. The Gemini family of 600 saw the plays over and over again. Madras and Tamil drama community were terribly impressed. They copied their style for a number of years. Last point, an English poet visited the Gemini studios. Nobody, not even the boss, knew anything about him. The boss spoke some words to welcome him and then the poet spoke. Nobody could understand a word of what the poet said because of the accent of the poet. His visit remained an unexplained mystery for all the staff, but some years later, the writer learned that this poet was Stephen Spender. So that was all. These points which I read in this video are totally a crux of this chapter. So if you will get through it, you will not even get to know the details of the chapter.